In this episode of Strawberry Ink, we revisit one of the most chilling cases in Abilene, Texas, a story of a family tragedy that shocked a community. This story highlights the importance of maintaining a good relationship with those in your family, especially your parents and your siblings, and most of all, your kids. This is a story of Paris Bennett and the murder of his 4-year-old sister, Ella Bennett. Ella was just 4 years old, living with her family in Abilene, Texas. On February 4th, 2007, a Sunday, her life was brutally taken by her 13-year-old brother, Paris Lee Bennett. Family members would later reveal that Paris harbored anger toward their mother, jealous of the attention Ella received. Paris decided he wanted his sister out of the way. On that fateful day, their father, who was divorced, did not live in the home, and their mother was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, forced to stay at the restaurant late because it was Super Bowl Sunday. The restaurant was full of people with jerseys, Colts, and Bears, the two teams facing each other. Most special of all, there was a big tailgate party that so many were looking forward to. Modern artists like John Legend, Kanye West, Fergie, and Aventura were performing at the tailgate party known as Pepsi Smash Super Bowl Bash. And Snoop Dogg was hosting his own event, the Penthouse Party. But the pregame show, the main tailgate, was Alicia Keys performing with Willie Nelson and Sarah Evans. Billy Joel performed the national anthem. Then Prince took the stage for the halftime show. It was supposed to be an entertaining night, but not for this family. Paris had convinced the family's babysitter to leave early, claiming he could take care of everything. Trusting him, the babysitter left. Paris then sharpened a kitchen knife, entered Ella's bedroom, and stabbed her 17 times. She slowly bled to death in her bed. Afterwards, Paris left Ella's body in her room and retreated to his own bedroom to play video games for the remainder of the evening. Concerned, the babysitter tried to check on the kids by calling the house, but there was no answer. She then called the mother, who was still at work. Growing worried, the babysitter returned to the home and knocked on the front door. Again, no answer. She ultimately called the police. When law enforcement arrived, the mother had just pulled up. The babysitter explained the situation, and the mother, who was luckily there, unlocked the door. However, it was too late. Inside, the police, the babysitter, and the mother searched. They found Ella's lifeless body on her bed. Then in Paris's bedroom, there he was, alive, calmly playing video games, claiming ignorance about what happened to his sister. He claimed that he had no idea about it. The police did not believe his story since he was the only one at the home. So they arrested Paris and took him to the Abilene police station. It was there where he calmly confessed to killing Ella. Authorities, investigators also discovered that Paris had called 911, attempting to fake insanity by claiming that his sister had stopped breathing and that he did not know what was going on. Paris, after that interrogation, was booked into the Taylor County Juvenile Detention Center. The next day, prosecutor Larry Bevel was informed about the case and formally charged Paris with capital murder. At his first appearance, Judge William Collins Jr. of the Taylor County District Court ordered that Paris remain in custody to await trial. During the hearing, Paris pleaded not guilty. Because of the severity of the case, the court appointed a private attorney, Wilkie Farr, to defend him. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office in Fort Worth, Texas, performed the autopsy. They confirmed that Ella had been stabbed 17 times, dying from a slow loss of blood. On February 9, 2007, Ella's family held a private memorial at the Elliott Hamill Funeral Home in Abilene. She was cremated. About a year later, Paris reached a plea deal, pleading guilty in exchange for a lighter sentence. Reports suggest he had struggled with drug use and experienced homicidal ideation from a very young age. Judge Collins sentenced Paris to 20 to 40 years in prison, with the eligibility of parole in February 2027. Paris was first sent to the Giddings State School, a Texas facility for troubled youth. Upon turning 19, he was transferred to the Bayard unit in Huntsville, Texas for evaluation. Afterward, he was admitted into the Ferguson unit in Midway, Texas, where he currently remains. The tragic death of Ella Bennett serves as a haunting reminder of how anger, jealousy, and unchecked impulses can destroy lives, especially within a family. As we have Thanksgiving tomorrow, let us not take the beautiful moments within our families for granted. Paris Bennett's story continues behind bars, leaving a community and a family to grapple with a loss that can never be undone. Thank you for listening. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Please keep calm. I wish you the best of luck preparing for things, but patience is key when preparing for the holidays. It may seem overwhelming, and that's normal, but please try your best to clear up your mind while doing so. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good rest of your day.